Walking and biking to school are making a comeback thanks to parent volunteers, Walk Bike Nashville, and a federal grant. At the new Waverly Belmont Elementary, one of 3 pilot schools, more than 60 children walk or bike to school or home from school regularly. Parents and students welcomed the banner on an early morning trek to school and let us in on the virtues.
Good day, you guys.
Thank you, too.
Having that outside time, burning some energy, really is a great start for the kid, and for learning and getting that blood flowing, and it's a great start of the day. A preschool spends anywhere from an hour to 3 hours outside a day. As kindergartners, we're allotted 15 minutes at the end of the school day.
And it really helps get the kids focused and ready for school because they're walking, they're seeing things around them in their environment. They're being part of their walk, they're not just being taken to the school.
Lucille started out not biking. She wasn't able to bike at the beginning of the school year, so at first she rode her scooter to and from school. And over time, and actually with the influence of her peers, I think she really got to a point where she was comfortable riding. And now it's her favorite thing to do.
They are insistent on walking when it's sprinkling or when it's cold because they want that camaraderie.
Our goal was to walk all through the winter. It's funny, the first day that we went and it was raining, it was the kids' favorite day.
The nice thing about the Walk Bike program is you don't always have to, as a parent, be the one walking with your kids, but you can choose to if you want to. We don't always get to get up and get out with our kids and do something fun at the beginning of the day, and riding bike to school is really fun.
Parents and educators agreed that kids who walk and bike to school arrive ready to learn.
A lot of times kids are kind of sluggish when they come in, so the first hour of the day is kind of spent just energizing them and getting them pumped up and ready to go. And our kids that walk and bike, we can just kind of hit the floor running.
So why don't we see more of this in Nashville? Even this program has encountered the typical Nashville obstacles: roads without sidewalks, lack of bike lanes, and sidewalk closures due to construction.
Certainly true of a lot of families in Nashville that they either don't have a sidewalk the whole way or don't have a sidewalk part of the way. We really need to recommit as a city to our sidewalk program and really make sure we're prioritizing where we put sidewalks in. We're in such a debt right now of sidewalk needs.
Once the sidewalks come in, then we'll meet at the end of the park and we'll just be able to walk through the park and hit 10th and go all the way down to the school, which will be much easier than what we're currently doing, which is having to navigate around 12th. Which most days is not a problem, but you know, with 7 little kids, you just never know.
No, there are no bike lanes.
We mostly ride on sidewalks.
How does it look now? Good?
It's a bit dicey in the morning. Some people are rushing to get to work, and we've got kids you're riding with.
There's been a growing problem with sidewalk closures around Nashville in construction zones.
There are places where the sidewalk is shut down entirely.
There's no sidewalk for a good, 3 or 4 blocks, so no one really walks that way.
It's concerning having to put the kids across the street, multiple times just because there's a small section of the sidewalk that's closed.
It's very dangerous, especially in this area, since we don't really have the lights up and people like to speed.
We really just need to make sure our standards for permitting and for closing a sidewalk are up to the same standards as they are in other cities. It shouldn't be easier to close a sidewalk. It should be a last resort.
Mayor Barry has made sidewalks and bikeways one of her first priorities, and these families committed to walking and biking to school are eager for improvements.